So I took a gap year at the age of 35 in order to find a life made of meaning and fulfillment and all of that. And when you're 35, you have this impression that you're super behind in life, that whatever you try anyway, you won't succeed. And what is even, why even bother? Like, why even bother? You self sabotage yourself hardcore. And this is basically why I'm in it. Like, I'm in this transition phase of like self sabotaging myself hardcore. Like, then I was thinking, but some people succeed. Some people made it happen. Like they make it happen. And how some people are capable of reinventing themselves better than others. And not even reinventing, like starting over. Why some people are capable of starting over better than others. And this is a question that I'm trying to ask myself today because I okay, I'm going to tell like multiple stories that I've noticed. The first thing that I've heard and that I've read myself in the Harvard Business Review and everything is growth mindset and fixed mindset. You're someone who says, no, it's not that I cannot. I just need to try hard and practice, and eventually I will get to that point. Kind of the same. Of course, there is some things that it's not possible. Like, not that not possible, but this is just being delusional. And I thought that this is quite interesting as a point because I'm guessing that all these people like Vera Wong or J.K. Rowling that they like to say, or Martha Stewart, or I don't know who, like other examples that come across my mind. These people, every time that they started something, they never thought I cannot do it. They just said, "Let me try." But obviously, I'm not stupid that I can do that in a month or two. Let me try, and by years and with the months, by being persistent, eventually I will get wherever I want to get. So I'm guessing that this is one of the biggest important core thing. Then there's the other part that we talk about, which is obviously, yes, being perseverant against the evil of the life or the world, or when people are trying to manipulate you, or people are saying that you're bad, or all of that, you are remaining perseverant no matter what. Yes, yes, it's true. We all know that. Like the more you're perseverant, but also I believe that don't be perseverant just by being, don't be stubborn, don't be stupid, because this is one of my biggest problem. Every time I go in a field or something, I just continue, continue, continue until I even hit the wall, but then I hit the wall with my fucking head instead of just being like, girl, just on right, you might reach to where you want to reach instead of like trying to break the wall with your head. And so this is the big difference. Be perseverant, but don't be stubborn neither. Like know when it's time to just let it go and yeah, to kind of like take a step back and try to figure out what did not work and how I can do it better. So those are kind of the two things that I believe make the difference between someone who's capable of starting over than another one. My brother then told me something very straightforward. He said, no, the greatest ones is because they had nothing to lose. The greatest one had the teeth. The greatest one, they wanted it so bad. There was no plan B, plan C, plan Z. My mom or my dad can pay that. No, no, no. It's either you had that or you were in the shit or you were like, like your worst nightmare. And when he said that, I was like, fuck, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Like usually when you try, and this can apply for anything, like it's not only to football or talent. I even have three examples. Ali Abdal, dude made a video by saying that to reach independence, financial independence, he was obsessed by it. He was obsessed. He was like podcast talking about it every day, checking up things, like the guy was doing everything in his power to do that. Another one I saw was Casey Neistat. Like he was doing an interview, and when they asked him, "But what if it doesn't work?" He was like, "But there's no, it doesn't work. Like I had no plan B. It was either this, either nothing. Like I had no plan B." See, there was desperation behind it. Same for every freaking person that I've noticed. J.K. Rowling, the girl for 6 years, she wrote her Harry Potter thing, not knowing if it's going to work, but it was either this, either she continued being poor and not being able to sustain a life for her daughter because she was a single mother. So that desperation, I think, is what it makes a difference between the people who start over. Of course, I gave examples of people who succeeded. So I'm not talking about fame or succeed or success or any of that. I'm talking about having this desperation of it's either this or I'm going back to my old life. It's either this or it's just going to be the same old shit that I hate. And this desperation is what makes some people start over better than others. And I notice it in myself because there are two parts of it. I have this part that says I'm desperate to find out meaning in my life. I'm desperate of being authentically myself and being full, round, as I'm trying to say. I'm desperate of that. Yet, at the same time, where sometimes I lose myself because I'm not having this sense of emergency, is where I feel like, okay, I do have a good resume. I live in a very, very tiny place. I will do a video about that. So I don't have a lot of problems of rent and everything. Yet eventually, the sense of emergency that I'm getting is my son is getting older. The kid is two. When he gets free, at some point, we need to move out of here because he doesn't have a room or anything. So there is this sense of emergency, but nevertheless, every time I'm thinking is I can still go back to a corporate. Who cares? I can still do that. But for what? Because the reality is what you want is to find a job that you feel so fulfilled, so connected, so that even though it doesn't make that much money, of course that's a bonus, that's very important, but that's a bonus. You know that you succeed at life and you only have one chance that is right now. And if you don't take that, it was just stupid of you to have taken an adult gap year. And there's also a fear on that for me, but I would do another video of that. That everything that I'm doing right now was absolutely for nothing. So yes, I think that desperation is what matters the most. Yeah, I definitely think desperation is what matters the most. Anyway, this is my next week. Bye.